This episode is brought to you by the state of Connecticut and ctmakeithere.com. From innovators and entrepreneurs to artists and leaders, the people on this show could call anywhere home, but they've chosen Connecticut. In this state, they're building businesses, growing careers, raising families, and creating lives that matter. Here's why they chose Connecticut and why for so many people it's the best place to call home.
This is the voice behind the Reheated Coffee Club, the Instagram page with 50,000+ followers, sharing our state's hidden treasures and the little moments that can make life magical.
If Connecticut's been showing up on your feed lately, that's not an accident. The version your grandparents remember is long gone. This isn't a drive-through state anymore, it's a destination. And on this podcast, we talk to the people making that happen. This is Connecticut Unfiltered. Today's podcast guest is Cuee, an artist, activist, musician, entrepreneur, fashion icon, and creator of the Cuee Club. Through his music, advocacy, and community work, Cuee is on a mission to spread Black trans joy and tell stories that don't always get the spotlight. From Chicago roots to stages across the country, he's built his career that blends powerful storytelling, unapologetic authenticity, which I greatly appreciate, and a commitment to uplifting others along the way. We're so grateful to have you here on the podcast, spreading honestly what I think about is very under-talked about subject, and on Pride Month.
You know, perfect. The best, right on time. That's what we would say, right?
Yeah,
right on time. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah.
Oh, feels so
I'm glad this
here.
worked out. I feel like our schedules, we were like trying to get, because you're in Massachusetts, right?
No, I'm in Connecticut. I saw that. Yeah. I'm in Connecticut. I'm in Connecticut.
Why did I think you lived in Massachusetts?
I was going to ask that, but I saved it for the convo here. Okay. When I was like, why did,
did I just make that up?
Maybe. I am, all over, and I did say I perform a lot in Massachusetts, so.
Okay. So sometimes I think somebody told me something, and then it becomes true in my head, and then I just like.
Run with it.
Yeah, I just run with it, and then it's how I grew up with a guy who I thought he told me he had phallophobia, which was like when you're afraid of an erect penis. So I was like 13 and told everybody that he had phallophobia. I don't think he got laid for like 10 years.
What?
No, I'm
just
shut up, James. Just kidding. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, back to you. So for people meeting you for the first time, is Cuee a stage name or?
Yeah.
But that's what you introduce yourself as to people.
Because it's who I am. I like wear it every day, all day. I think I'm an artist all the time. And rightfully so. The artist name is Cuee, 2 E's, because I'm extra. You should go listen to my music to find out why and more. Yeah, I got the name Cuee, Cuee. And so that's what I was going by since like high school.
Okay.
And there's a long story behind that. We can get into that.
Okay.
But yeah, the artist name is Cuee with 2 E's.
And then what is your birth given name?
Birth given name. So I don't go by my birth given name anymore.
Okay.
But I did go through a full name change, whole process. Mm-hmm. And so my name is Marquise Wright, Marquis. If anybody want to look it up. I get confused. They're like, is it Marcus? I'm like, oh, dang, I should have thought about that. Marquise.
So did you think of that name yourself and you were like, I like that?
I actually asked my mom.
Oh.
Yeah. I said, I'm going through the name change process and I don't know what I want. I have so many different names running through my head. What would you like? What's something you would have liked? And she said that and I just went with it.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love that. We'll get more into like your mom and upbringing in a
absolutely.
bit. But so where around in Connecticut are you?
I'm in Hartford. I am in
yeah.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Hell yeah, I
Shout
love
out
Hartford.
Me too. So they've been showing so much love since I moved here.
Yeah.
It's a cool place. I love it.
So when did you move to Hartford?
I moved to Hartford about 4 or 5 years ago. What's time? Right after 2022, 3, 4. COVID. Right?
Yeah. But did you move during COVID?
Right after.
Okay.
2022.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I was living in Florida during COVID, so it wasn't real.
Yeah.
So I never really had a COVID.
Ooh, yeah, we can talk about that later.
It's the whole thing. My sister was like going through kidney failure, and because I had ended up donating a kidney to her, when things started opening up a bit more in Florida, it was probably still completely shut down in like other places, but she got so much hate in Florida for like wearing a mask if she had to go out, and like it was really an aggressive time. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I can't imagine moving during or even like the fallout after with everything being. I'm sure you did like Zoom walkthroughs of apartments or houses?
Yeah, well, luckily I moved with my partner who already knew the area, the scope of Hartford. So I definitely just went with the flow with them.
Yeah.
And so the space was already here. It was just coming in, meeting people. The first year was pretty quiet. Folks were still masked up a lot. It was at the brink end of COVID though. So it was like that half and half. A lot of folks were still wearing masks, 100%, and some folks were by way with it. A good mix. And so, but the community and like events happening were either outdoors. So if it wasn't warm and nice outside, the winters were very indoors, Zoom.
Yeah.
Like
probably
virtual.
Some time for you to write some music, get
Absolutely.
some inspiration.
Yeah. And we started doing like virtual performances during this time.
Oh,
and
that's
so
cool.
I'm like, yeah, I did a performance in Canada.
Hey, yeah, right?
It was virtual.
Okay.
But yeah, I was in Canada, right?
You were in Canada.
So,
you were in Canada for some people.
For some people. Exactly.
So, but you were born in Chicago?
Born and raised.
Yeah,
yes.
I can see the hat. You're representing today.
I always do to
I
some
love
capacity. Yeah, I love it. I love my city.
I've been to 2 dots and a dash in Chicago.
Cool.
The Tiki Bar.
Cool. Yeah, that on brand.
And I went to a club there. I want to say it was like I Spy or something. I Bar or something.
I-Bar. Up north.
My girlfriend went to Northwestern, so we would go into
Up
Chicago
north. I knew it.
and then
Yep.
hang out.
Sounds about right.
But so what brought you to Hartford? Was it your partner?
My partner. To be honest, I never had Connecticut in my trajectory.
Most people don't. And then they get here and they're lifers.
Wow. I was like, okay, Connecticut.
I know.
So yeah, she brought me out to visit. We met actually in Kansas. So I went to college, and I worked there after college, and that's where I started my whole music career. And so she ended up moving there, and she worked at the university. I was rapping, doing all the things, and we met, whatever. But yeah, she wanted to get closer to home, needed to get closer to home, family, and just a lot of things. And I was looking for change. I was like, I've been in Kansas for about 11 years. It's about time for me to get out the
Dorothy was
middle.
ready to get out.
I had to click my heels. It was time to...
I bet you that's the first time you've ever heard that joke.
First time, That's why I'm ready with the comebacks now, It's just...
no, you're just quick
cute.
like that.
But now I see Dorothy outside of Kansas, and I'm like, Kansas, I feel it. And so, it was time to get out. It was time to expand. At the time, I started working with new management. They were living in New York. And so I'm like, how do I get closer? And it was easy. My partner was like, Connecticut is just a train ride away, And I'm like, Came to visit. Took me to all the nice spots. I like to eat. And so got
and
great
it's a
food.
foodie spot.
Yeah. And,
it's crazy.
I didn't know, all the culture and the blackness that exists here in Hartford. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Night and day from Lawrence, Kansas. I tell you that, right?
Well,
Lawrence is like, whoa. And so, I got here and I was like, on the visit, I think I can see myself moving here. I'm a Sagittarius too, so why not? Let's try it.
Oh, we speak each other's language.
Yeah.
That's why I knew we would get along.
Are you? Yeah, you're a Sag, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, through and through.
I get you. Okay. Same.
So that was one of the big selling points for us in the Hartford County area. So we're very close to Hartford. We're right on the Hartford line, but technically in West Hartford because we wanted our daughter in the school systems. So just looking around, because my family is Hispanic, and I'm from Miami, but where we had been living in St. Augustine, it was all white. Oldest city in the United States, beautiful to visit, racist ass backwards to live.
Yeah.
And so you're around people who refer to every Hispanic person as a Mexican or an illegal. And you're like, okay, well, that's just ignorant. So coming here, and then my daughter's going around and seeing every type of culture food. Yeah. She loves going to different culture grocery stores. Just people walking on the streets, murals of people of all different colors. That's not something that was normal to them.
Yeah.
So that was a big selling point for us specifically here because we were looking at Madison, East Lyme, beautiful places.
All white.
But the culture here, yeah. I mean, still more diversity than a place like St. Augustine, Florida. But
because I've never been to St. Augustine, Florida, but when what I believe Florida to look like in some
Yeah.
places. Things
there's
that I hear.
vast
like,
differences.
Yeah.
Of like Miami's basically like little Havana, like it's like Cuba, but yeah, there's then you get into like Tampa, Gainesville, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I have some friends up near that area. Only been to Florida a couple times, but yeah.
Not the safest place for the gay and trans community.
At all. So,
So-
there's nothing really there for me. you
Yeah.
know? I can get
Or for
sun
women,
somewhere
really.
else. Really a lot of people down
Really
there.
just anyone.
It's a,
It's a whole other country, it feels like. It just
absolutely.
But-
Even outside of that, Florida,
yeah. No. We could have a whole podcast on like my deep-rooted hatred for Florida, but
yeah, but we should talk about that. Yeah.
so you grew up in Chicago. It sounds like you have a really good relationship with your mom.
Yes.
Was dad in the picture?
Yes, Dad was
Okay.
there. My parents are divorced, but
Okay.
I would say came from a very fluid, family. Now that I'm an adult, I can say that.
Yeah. How old are you?
33. I was like, damn, how old am I?
I know. I
30?
forget all the time. I turned 35 this year. I feel like I'm 22 sometimes.
Me too. I'm like 28. I don't know. Is that where I'm? I don't.
Yeah.
But 33. Yeah, my parents got divorced. Their own thing. My dad was around as around he could be, and mom was doing as best as she could growing up. We all have our things and quirks, but more or less, there's so much love, there's so much safety, there's so much comfort, like in my family. And so, my parents were divorced, and a lot of people hear like horror divorce stories, and I'm just like, oh, my dad would come to my, stepdad's birthday party.
That's amazing.
Like, I don't know, like.
So it sounds like they put their kids first.
Absolutely, right? I lived, my stepdad has kids as well, so I have step siblings
Nice.
on both sides, and like my dad has another son, so I have a younger brother outside of my mom and my dad, and his mom and I are still connected, even though them two aren't together, and so like I still call her even her daughter call her my stepsister. Like we're all just still in it, and that's kind of the environment they created, even if they did have their shit right. I was like, I don't like to like. I was so cookie cutter. I don't think so, but it wasn't like that at all.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like given a hard situation, you got the best version of it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of kids in your position, like not even throwing in the fact that you were going through a really transformative and transitional time of your life, but just divorce in general. But then throw in being trans, throw in being a Black trans person.
It's just layer after layer,
The fact that you felt like you grew up in a loving and supportive home is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fam.
Huge shout out. And like we all had our own journey, right? There were moments, I would now name it as like, my mom didn't understand. There are certain things.
Sure.
And I didn't know how to explain a lot of things, right? And so there would be tension in the room, but there was never like hate or like, I don't love you, or like, you can't do this, you can't do that. It was, why didn't you tell me sooner? And I was just like, oh, I don't know why I lied about it for so long. Maybe it was just my own stuff. There,
did you feel like part of you was maybe not sure yourself, or did you always have clarity?
Yeah, and so she understood that right away. It was just communication. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't learn a language and the vocab and all of this stuff until like college, really, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm having this insular experience. No one around me is having this experience, or what I perceive or what I think.
Yeah.
So what questions do I ask? How do I ask these
that
things?
Must have been
so I'm
like,
sitting here
lonely.
like, why do I feel like that? I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
what the heck?
Yeah.
And just very lonely, but like my brother, he was like, I always knew, I'm like, because we used to play like, we're outside playing. I'm like, don't call me that. I'm your brother, right? And I'm like saying these things as a young kid, and my brother's like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, that's it. And didn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
And so it was always there. It was always existing. And so I remember I told my mom, and she was like, that makes sense. Like, that was her response. And I just looked, and I was just like, that's it? Like, that's it? Yeah, that just makes sense. And I was just like, oh.
So when did you start realizing like, oh, I'm not really identifying with this body that I was born with?
When I was knowing of my body,
Yeah.
every
Wow.
stage, literally, and I'm like, children know. You know what
Yeah.
you like on your body.
Yep.
You know what you don't like on your body. And having the agency to express that,
Mm-hmm.
even if there was nothing done about it, but just the feeling of support. And like, I remember growing up, my chest coming in, I'm like, oh no, like, I hate this, and just getting supported, like, you know, like,
but also that rush of like hormones, that must have been like
crazy.
a mind fuck.
Yeah.
I
Crazy.
truly can't
On both
like
ends.
imagine. So like I, as a Sagittarius, I fancy myself an empath, and I feel like I don't need to be in someone's lived experience to still have compassion for them.
Exactly.
But it's something I cannot even begin to understand what that must have been like. It's how I imagine like horror movies are when someone's like locked inside a body that like isn't theirs.
That's a visual way to put it for a lot of people who don't experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
I just watched Obsession.
Yeah.
Which, like, literally.
Yeah. It's being inside of a place and not feeling good about it. Like, I used to explain it like this. I was telling my mom, I'm like, going into the women's restroom, I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I went to boarding school. I played basketball. And I went to my coach and I'm like, I need to use the visitors' locker room when we go, like, to the things. I'm just uncomfortable around naked women. Not because I'm looking at them, not because I'm doing that. I just feel out of place. Like, I feel like I don't belong in this room. But if I walked in the men's locker room, I felt okay. I was like, okay. Even though I'm like, oh, I don't have all the part. Or, or this, I'm embarrassed. But I always felt that. Going into the women's room, I was always hesitant. I'm always like, this doesn't feel right. Like, and there was nothing else outside of just the pure feeling of, I don't belong in this restroom.
And also it's just like respectful of you.
Which
is funny because people will kind of have the opposite rhetoric, like, oh, it's disrespectful if you're having and it's like, actually, it's purely respectful. They don't feel like they belong there. They're trying to respect the other people.
I'm trying to respect the other people in this restroom, right? Of, if in my mind, I'm thinking I'm this individual, and when I don't belong in here, right? I feel this is how I'm moving in the world. And so I remember, like, I used to have anxiety going to the restroom. Like, who needs anxiety going to the restroom?
Not me.
Crazy. Exactly.
Unless I think
it's
a spider's going to crawl up my butt.
Supposed to relieve yourself, literally. And so going in there with anxiety is wild. And that's one of the things I think about often now is, like, all the things in the news about trans folks in bathrooms is, one, also brings up anxiety, but I'm like, I feel like I'm going in the right restroom now. So like, yeah, I'm not looking at you. You're not looking at me. I'm gonna go pee.
And like, objectively, I think women would be like, why the fuck is he in the restroom?
I mean, they were doing that when I was like in high school and freaking 8th grade. When I was younger, it was like getting misgendered all the time.
Right.
There's a guy here. No, I'm not. Like,
yeah.
And so that's always the argument now. I seen this TikTok today of the dad. He had 2 little girls. And he said they were on a road trip and he stopped to use the restroom, and he opened up the men's restroom and it was traffic in there. And men's restrooms, it's more exposure. It's more exposure. There's urinals, there's maybe doors, maybe not doors.
Right.
That's another topic. And this guy was just like, knocked on the women's restroom door and said, hey, girl dad here. I have 2 girls and they need to use the restroom. There was no one in there at the time. And then so I guess they went in, used the restroom. He was standing outside, still announcing himself. And then he was at the sink washing their hands when an older woman wanted to come in. But the video started with the husband of the older woman on the phone with the police at the door.
With his daughters, nonetheless.
And the girls are crying now because they're like, what is going on? And they're like, this dad, they were like, do he hear himself on the phone? He's like, there's this dad in the women's restroom with his 2 young daughters washing their hands. and he doesn't belong in here. And we're just like,
So stupid.
why is it such a big deal
Because
right now?
they have been like fear-mongered and taught that this is dangerous, this is scary, this is bad, and it's so deeply ingrained into their way of thinking that now they think that they're doing good in some fucked up capacity.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people all the time, it starts off as a trans issue because it's an easy community to attack because it's a super minority, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there are so many people under that post who rightfully so was like, this is exactly what trans folks were talking about when they say, this just doesn't affect us. It just starts with us, right?
Sure.
They start these rules, they start these guidelines, they start the social energy of like, let me call the cop, let me do this, let me do that. Now you've traumatized 2 young little girls.
Yep.
Now they're not going to want to go to any bathroom with their dad. Like there's this whole experience when the dad was being a dad, right? Like it's like, when and where do we mind our business and like let people handle their business? So yeah, that is like, like even taking off the trans hat, that is just it's affecting so many people. All of this legislation, all of these experiences.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it was a difficult decision in that component to leave Florida, because the one part of me who likes to like fight for what's right, I'm like, oh, Florida needs more voices. But then the mom side of me is like, I don't want to raise my kids in a place like this, because you do see, thankfully, a lot less of that in Connecticut.
Yeah, a lot less. Connecticut is considered one of the safer spaces for trans people, trans-identifying folks, non-binary, LGBTQ folks in general. But it happens everywhere, right?
Of course.
So it's just...
Of course.
Yeah.
I realized something as we were talking. I forgot to give you your gift.
Oh.
I start every podcast with a gift.
A gift?
Yeah, this one is special. This one's special because I ate a gummy when I got it. So it was picked out of love.
My type of person.
And look, usually I let my guest open up their gift on camera. But in this one, I think I need some explanation. So I'm just going to hand it to you. So you got a bag of goodies.
Oh.
Because I love candy. It's like my kryptonite.
Me too.
I had a feeling. We got some fun ones. All right, so we're going to start with, I got some Rainbow Rocks candies because Pride, obviously. Also, I wore this shirt because I thought it looked like the trans flag. Those are good in coffee instead of sugar.
Okay.
Like you do that, you let it melt. Okay. Amazing. You could have your rainbow coffee. Okay, these are so nostalgic. Satellite wafers. It tastes like you're eating styrofoam, but in a pleasant way.
Huh?
It's an interesting experience. It's a whole experience.
I love an experience.
Then Sour Patch, but like I think these are new. These are like Sour Patch strips.
I like that.
That's cool, right? Cool. Okay, I thought that was cool.
Yes.
Then Gummy Shark, because why the fuck not?
Why not?
Yeah, I don't mess with like what's in the ocean. Like I don't go and I don't ocean, but I'll enjoy it from land. Then we have some liquid pickle poppin' gummies.
Pickle.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know about that.
I will.
I think when you open it up, it like splooges pickle juice in your mouth. And then you're a millennial, so we got some Shrek because
the fan,
the OG. I don't know.
I was just watching Shrek the other day.
Shrek is a classic if you're between the ages of like 29 to 40, I would say.
Classic, yeah.
And then last but not least, we got some Birdie Box every flavor beans. I hope you don't get earwax or vomit. There you go.
This is an adventurous box.
It is, yeah. Shout out to the Happy Confection, one of my sponsors. I ate a gummy and went to Five Below.
Shout out to you.
Interrupted our podcast episode to give you some sweet treats. But
you know how to just reel me in a different way. I love that. Look at you all. I'll share with you later on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my girlfriend at her restaurant, she serves her cappuccinos with the rocks candy instead of sugar, and it's delicious.
Never heard of that.
I'm like 10 out of 10.
This is why you're supposed to talk to other people in the world, because you just don't know what they do. You're
I feel like COVID, we forgot how to like interact with people.
Yeah.
Well, like I recently downloaded a dating app for like 24 hours, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't remember how to talk to people. I need to like just be out in the wild so people can like see what they're getting in for, because it's a lot.
That's my MO. They're always like, Q, how do you do? I go out. I go outside.
Yep.
Outside.
Yeah, touch grass, people.
Yeah.
So that is a very inspiring journey of coming to be.
Yeah.
And so you became Marquise.
Yes.
And thank you to Mama, what's your last name?
Right.
Mama Wright.
Her last name now is Campbell.
Oh, Mama Campbell.
Mama
okay,
Campbell,
shout out Mama Campbell for the name.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but we go by Q.
Q. Plain, simple and plain.
It's like Madonna.
Yeah.
Except for she's not very, that's a lot more complicated. So what would you tell now that you're like, you have the verbiage, you have the knowledge, you know what things are? Like, what would you tell your younger self going through that?
Wow.
Maybe some other kids going through that.
Yeah. You know, I just wrote a post to younger Q, maybe like 8 years ago, Q, and told them to keep going. And so if I were to go back to Kitty Q, you're not crazy. I would tell them, you're not crazy, right? What you feel is what you feel. Don't let the outside noise really deter or steer the way you want to live your life, because you're going to spend a lot of your adult years undoing that. And I think staying in what you believe and who you believe, because it's all going to work out.
I love that.
Yeah.
You say that you're not crazy. Was there a point in time that you thought, is this mental illness? Like when you didn't know what was going on?
Never. Society did that.
Yeah.
Never thought that.
So I trying to put myself in the mindset of like a child, like not knowing. I can't imagine if like they're feeling crazy or is like something wrong with my brain and it's almost better that
I think impressionable kids,
okay.
right? And children are impressionable.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is why it's so important as adults. We learn empathy and we learn how to be nice and use kind words, even with things we don't necessarily understand and get, especially if it's not your experience.
Yeah.
Because it's impressionable, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know what that kid is thinking. You don't know what that kid is going through. And at the end of the day, we've learned that kids are turned into adults and do whatever the hell they want to do. And so, like, or they turn into adults and don't do what they want to do, and now they live a life that's not authentic. That's not true.
Unhappy, or if they even live the life, sometimes it ends up in suicide. And
exactly, they end up dead. And
it sounds like you were raised to be a very confident younger person. I think that's a big key to kids not being too impressionable, is having confidence. Yeah. And that's something that I'm trying to instill in my children too. Confidence, but also, be modest.
Humble.
Humble. Right? That's better, yeah.
Humble. Yeah. It's a good reflection of my parents. Literally. Confident and humble.
I think I need to call your mom and maybe take some notes of like how to parent.
She's a Leo mom, so they are very confident. They teach you how to be proud of yourself. And she always used to say, like, her favorite thing is, she used to say, I didn't bring you into this world to be worried about what other people think. I brought you into this world to do what you think and what you need to do. And so I just lived with that all the time. Like, I didn't have you to appease to other people, and that wasn't on my desk, on my list. Every mother, she's like, when I looked at you, I was just like, you need to be your own individual. She's like, I looked at you and I knew that from day one. And so I used to hear that story, and they used to just make me so confident. I used to be like, there's nobody else like me. I'm Q. I'm Q. And yeah.
I don't know how much I believe in like, traditional religion and like whatnot, but when you were talking, like there was this overwhelming like wave where I was just like, in some way, in some universe, in some bigger picture, I think that you were given to your mama because she knew how to parent you and was going to be the right mom for you.
I think so.
And your dad too.
And my dad too. I was like, he was I just need you to be a good citizen to society.
Yeah.
Like very humble. I have a lot of lines in my songs about my parents and like giving them either their kudos or saying like, hey, I'm not going to be like that. Right. Like, and that's what I admire most about my parents too, of like, they're like, I'm my own individual and you are your own. Right. And go find yourself. Like, just because I like that, you don't have to like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like, please don't like that. Right.
Right.
It's like,
be your own person, have your own experiences. I'm all about that.
Like, please go do that. As long as it's not harming other people and yourself, have at it. Like, that is my mom's and dad's strict rules. It's like, as long as it's that, like, go to the moon for all I care. Like, that's her, And so I've always just like, I can do it,
Love that. Just the right amount of audacity.
Sprinkled in. Sometimes but.
So I don't know very much about the Black trans community, but I imagine that it is a very small, tight-knit community.
Yeah.
So what was that like when you were coming out as a Black trans person? Did you feel like you were being mostly accepted just by the trans community in general, or were you like finding your niche specifically within like the Black community?
That's a beautiful question. There weren't many Black trans people in Lawrence, Kansas, but there were, right? And I think...
Interesting. Like, just, did you know? Like...
So, a Black trans woman helped me come out the closet in Lawrence. Yeah. So, I was like, can you tell me more?
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is an experience I'm having. Even though they're complete opposite.
Yeah.
Kind of same journey.
Yeah.
They looked at me like, baby, yes. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, so what steps do I take, right? And so I had that individual like, hey, this is something you need to do. Go to therapy. Like, you have to talk to a therapist. You got to do all of that. There's no, So I'm like, okay, I got to find a therapist. And then they were like, it takes a while. Then they can prescribe you, if they deem that this is suitable for you and it works for you, then they'll prescribe you hormones and it's up to you. Like, it was all, just ran me through the whole thing. And I thought on it for like 3 days and 3 seconds. And then I was like, okay.
3 days and 3 seconds. No more, no less.
Yeah. I was just kind of thinking about like, this is a lot of steps.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to take each one that I need to take to feel who I want to be. I'm like, we do that anyway, right? And so, yeah.
Everything is hard. You choose your hard.
I say that all the time.
That's because we're like a little twinning.
Yeah. I'm like.
When's your birthday?
I'm a November Sag.
Okay.
Or you're December Sag?
I am.
I could tell. I could tell. It's like fire, fire, fire.
Yeah,
and it's like fire, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like the calming fire.
Yeah. They're like, oh, the sneaky Sages. All of my really, really good friends are December Sages.
Listen, we love hard and we're fierce. Like, we will go to bat for our people.
Yo, to this day, like when I met in high school, when I met in college, they fight over their friendship over me, and I'm like, hey, we can all do this together.
There's enough Q to go around.
We can all do this together. But my Sag friends, I love us.
Oh, I love us too. So you started the Cutie Club.
Yes.
And that's a lot of things, but
I'm glad you.
I was doing my research. But do you feel like, above all, it's kind of a way for people, especially Black trans community, if they maybe don't know anybody in their area, can find community?
Yes. That is one of the pillars, right? It is a safe, creative space. I specifically focus on Black trans artists and creatives, knowing that there's an extra layer in there, but I don't turn away. And in my mind, we're all creatives, just to different capacities. Like speaking back to plumbers, mechanics, barbers, like come on now, like and so it's expansive for me. And I think that just gives us some joy and some other identifiers that we may not receive in society all the time. And so the Cutie Club is that. It's the merch store. And so I make the Cutie Club merch because all my fans are cuties. Because who doesn't want to be called cute, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm going to get myself some merch.
You should. And then I got you on some stuff. I got you. And then there's like the scholarship piece. And so I do a lot of advocacy work under the Cutie Club and help providing services. I did a big passport run. And so I helped get I think it was over 100, between 60 and 100 passports for trans people when the political climate started to plummet and folks were needing to get out and or needing identification. And so I do a lot of work in there, and in general, it's a space for us. Yeah.
So when you talk about the scholarship, can you tell me some stories of like stuff that's happened with that? Yeah.
And so I crowdfund, I raise funds. I also apply for a lot of grants. So if you are any sponsors, you love what's happening and you hear what's going on here. I also provide a space for Black trans people to reach out to me in my DMs, and it's me, literally. And I help them out in certain scenarios, emergencies, and different cases. And so I have a separate scholarship fund, quote unquote, that I have set aside X amount of dollars in here. And so there's a Black trans man living in Puerto Rico, needed to get out. His home environment was not great. He was looking to get out to Seattle with his partner and start life there. Dangerous, needed to get out. And so it took a couple weeks, and he ended up getting funding, but it's stuff like that. He reached out. There was like a musician that needed a guitar and really wanted to get back into the music and wanted to do the things. And so Cutie Club sponsored the guitar. There were people who needed like their light bill paid. It's an array of things.
That's incredible though.
And I say all the time, there's a lot of people who will reach out who probably don't need the resources, but 9 times out of 10, folks probably really need the resource.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to tell you what it's really for
Sure.
about.
Sure.
I always donate as much as I can to like top surgery funds and all of those things.
Because that's not covered by insurance, is it?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends on your insurance. It's a lot of loophole. It's a lot of things that like have to be deemed covered. You know, how, like certain insurance. Are, like,
and it's like how they
medically necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they input the code too.
Yeah.
I've learned that many surgeries.
Yes.
And sometimes it's just a matter of if they want to code it one way or if they want to code it another, of whether it would get covered. It's so
being a woman in medicine and having to use these services, I know it's just as bad as like doing whatever they can and cannot do for you. And so surgery can be covered, but 9 times out of 10 it's not covered. And if you look at the rates of trans people who are employed with insurance, that number doesn't reflect so well. And so a lot of trans folks don't even have medical insurance. They can't even get insurance.
They would feel like, why am I going to pay into this when it's not going to cover the things that I actually need for the body that I'm in? Like
the insurance people or
no, trans people. Like they might have like the option to get insurance and then say, fuck it, I'm not going to get it if it's not going to allow me to get the doctor's appointments I need, if it's not going to allow me to get the medication I need or the surgeries I need.
That part too. Like, why would I invest in something?
Right. When I can pay out of pocket and not pay into something that's not going to actually help what I need as an individual.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be
there needs to be more conversations about specifically insurance for trans people, because it's not a black and white situation.
It's not. And folks ask me all the time about insurance and doctors and that, and I'm always like, yo, it really boils down to where you're located, like what insurance you have. And sometimes this insurance will accept and they won't. And there's like stories in the inner community that are like, try to get this insurance because I think they're going to, and it's just like, it was a back and forth. When I first went in for top surgery, it was pre-COVID. Was getting all the appointments. Then COVID happened. They called me day of COVID and was like, we're canceling all surgeries that are not, and I was like, are you serious? Didn't hear from them for 2 years, right? It's just, so I'm just on this quote unquote waiting list. They're only able to take like, I think my doctor was like 4 to 5 top surgeries a year at this point because of how backed up they were with all of the stuff. I was so upset. And at this time, I was also paying a lot out of pocket. So I was like, this will give me an opportunity to fundraise and get more money and do the thing. And then luckily, by the goodness gracious of the universe, 2 years later, it's in a different, a whole different environment. Whole life shifted. 2 years. In the place, insurance, get a call. Your top surgery is fully covered. You actually get a refund on your deposit. And we want to schedule out in 2 weeks. And I'm like, holy seriously? They were like, yeah, can you do it June 30th? I was like, the last day of Pride Month? Hell yeah. I was not prepared, like mentally, like none of the things. I was like, but in 2 weeks, absolutely count me in, count me out. And it was so cool because I had like a Pride show lined up the night before. So it was like, we made it this huge thing, like, goodbye to the chest. Like it was, I was like,
goodbye to the chest.
Yeah, I was like, next time I'm on this stage, like,
See, I'm doing the opposite.
Topless.
I'm doing the opposite. I want to have a party that's like hello to the chest.
One of those sad friends, they were just like, you could just hand over. I will love that.
Let's ATM some titty.
Yeah, so like I would come to your appointment and tell that doctor I will lay in the bed next, and they could just run on over, and I'm just like, yo. If we could just jump and hug each other, and I would have done that a long time ago, like we used to joke like that. And so that moment came, and I was just like so excited that I got this top surgery done, and it was covered by insurance. So I was blessed. And so now I'm like, not everyone was able to have that 360, like that 180 effect. And so how can I be supportive? Is one of the missions of the Cutie Club, and again, be in that space. And
So what was it like the first time you saw yourself bandages off?
Ooh, the first thing I said, we have it on video. If you go check out my Man Now music video, my surgeon let me videotape in the room taking my bandages off, which is like cool. She was she's a fan. I love her so much. And she was like, yeah, you can videotape. So we got the cameras in there.
You got to send her this pod.
I want to see. I will. I update her often. It's cool. I text her. I'm like, not me texting my surgeon from top surgery. Such a Sagittarius. And I'm just like, peeling it. I'll never forget, but it's all on camera. And I'm just like, and my face is just like, holy, I can see straight. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Wow. My back doesn't hurt. I'm just like, all the things. I'm like, phantom, right? That happened. And I was just like, the first thing I said was like, oh, looks like I'm about to be on the cover of a magazine. That was the first thing.
Oh, and you're like, damn, I'm hot.
Yeah. Look, I was really particular with my surgeon. She was like, oh my goodness. Like when we were in there, I was like, I need you to take your time. Okay. I need you to because I know I'm a rapper and I know I do this, but I'm also going to model. Okay. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I really need this. She was just looking at me like,
she's
I'm
like,
do the best I can. Okay. And then it's so funny because my partner and my mom came to support. And so they were at the hospital. And she was like, that lady said this surgery was only a couple hours. You were in there so long. I got so nervous. And I said, maybe because I told her to take her time. Yeah. And so then when we did the bandages, she was like, I took my time. Like incision line so nice and crispy. I was so particular though. And so I was just happy that she was also able to like do it. But it was a time.
That's cool. You integrated it into a music video too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got cursed out. She was upset because I was like, this is going to be in a music video, Curl, and I'm shooting this in 3 days. And I promise you, I won't raise my hands up too high. And I'm definitely not laying down and I'm shooting this music video. I have to get the authentic moment. Like I have to.
I love that.
And she was like,
okay, a true artist.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. And so that whole video, actually, some of the scenes I shot before I got all the stuff off. So I'm still technically like bandaged under my clothes.
Okay.
And then I went to go get the bandages off and we finished the rest in the studio with like my tape. It was raw. It's raw. It was, but I was
Wow.
proud, and
I'm
I was
excited
like,
to go see it now.
yeah.
I was listening to music on Spotify. Can you guess my favorite?
Shook.
What is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
guess my
Is it
favorite.
Shook or is it Gravity? Is it? Oh my God, I'm
Put
trying
it this
to
way. It's a sentence that I never thought I would say out loud.
Ooh.
All right, you ready?
I'm trying to think of my most Sagittarius song.
No.
Hold on.
I think it's honestly just like, it's such an earworm song.
What is it?
So I never thought I would ever say this sentence, but I love listening to Proud Boys.
Oh. I did not.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's so catchy.
It's catchy?
It's so. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You know it's catchy.
You already know what time it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want that part to be like trending on TikTok and like everybody be like dancing to it.
Already know. We should get it trending.
Yeah.
Help me get it trending.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, for Pride Month.
And Proud Boy, I did it in response.
Yes.
Just a little. I love performing that song. I do it at every Pride and everything, and I'm like, Proud Boy, and the whole audience is like,
yeah, they're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Are we in enemy territory?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm like, as a black trans man, like I'm
Yeah.
reclaiming this term.
Yes.
Then they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's the energy I'm looking for.
I had a
Yeah.
podcast with another girl influencer, my friend. Oh, you know Kathleen,
Yeah.
Connecticut Bucket List.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we were saying that we're taking back the term influencer, similar to how like women took back cunty and like cunt. So then she said that we should be called content creators. So that's what I'm gonna put it on a hat.
Content creators. I know so many people that wear that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Content creators. Y'all
All
are
right.
so silly.
Trademark. All
Content.
right, we're going to take a quick break and hear about some of our sponsors. And then when we come back, we'll talk some more about your music.
Sounds good.
If you're someone who cares about supporting local farms, you should check out Pink Tractor Crew. They're passionate about connecting people with Connecticut agriculture, whether that's finding fresh dairy delivered right to your door or tracking down maple syrup straight from the tap. It's all about supporting local farmers and making fresh food more accessible. You can explore their resources at stantonsbm.com. You know how edibles can feel a little intimidating if you're not exactly sure where to start? That's actually why I love the Happy Confection. A Connecticut brand based in Westbrook, they've made edibles really approachable by creating ratio-based cannabis gummies. So instead of everything hitting the same way, the experience is dialed in depending on what you're looking for, whether that's relaxing or feeling creative or just unwinding at the end of a day. There's even options for medical card patients looking for higher potencies. Everything is chef-crafted with organic ingredients, vegan, gluten-free, and made with strain-specific terpenes, so you get a consistent experience without that bitter aftertaste that a lot of gummies can have. They're also queer-owned, women-owned, and family-run, and you can find them in over 60 dispensaries across Connecticut. You can find the closest one nearest to you at thehappyconfection.com, and don't forget to sign up for their email lists where you can find out about product launches and deals going on near you. They're called The Happy Confection, and it's cannabis crafted for joy. Looking for insurance is honestly so stressful. Every year when I have to deal with it, I feel like I need a spa day after. And that's why I love Keating Agency Insurance in West Hartford. They're a third-generation family business with a real people-first mantra. They do the hard part for you, shopping multiple companies to find the best coverage. They handle home, auto, business, life, and even umbrella policies and can bundle things to save you money. So instead of spiraling online comparing policies, just call Keating and let them handle it. All right, we are back with Q, and we are talking all things music, Sagittarius, candy, black love, black trans joy.
Bathrooms, Proud Boys.
So when did you transition to music being your full-time career? Is it your full-time job now?
It is.
Okay.
Well, creative entrepreneur, because I also do radio.
Okay.
So
okay.
Don't leave that out.
Yeah, and you were saying you model.
Model, yeah.
You design your merch. You
Design
wear
merch.
many hats.
I
So let's
wear
say
many hats.
when
Creative,
did the artist
Full-time
become your
artist,
full-time
yeah.
career?
See, that's why I've been using full-time artist
Yes,
sometimes.
that's better.
I quit my job at the, I was going to just go all on. I quit
Yeah.
in 2022. I was working at the University of Kansas.
Okay.
I was working in higher education.
Okay.
I got my master's degree in higher admin administration. I was an admissions person. Then I went into marketing and like communications on campus. And then I was always in radio, like in undergrad, grad school, doing a thing. But I took a quote unquote break from music when I got into grad school. My last semester, it's like, who am I kidding? Like, I'm an artist. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I almost quit my master's program. My professors are like, bro, you have one semester left. If you don't just finish this degree, and I'm like, okay, you're right. And so finished it out. And I started performing around Lawrence. I released Shook in 2018 off my I released it as a single. And I had it going for about maybe 3 to 4 months before I put it on my Shameless album, which was like my debut release of like me doing music. And Shook started to like blow up. It started getting on like these playlists, and people like were sharing and stuff, like Missy Elliott and stuff. I was like, holy mackerel, whoa, what's going on?
That's nuts.
And
were you like,
started
you want to collab, Missy?
Yes, I was. I'm still waiting on that collab, Missy Elliott, if you see this. And I was just like, yo, like, I really like doing this, you know, like this is what I'm doing. And I was working at KU, and just like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. Like, I really just want to go all in. Like, I had a small plan, but not like a robust plan. But I knew I had support of the community. Lawrence, if any place in the world I would start a music career, that's a top 5 for me. Lawrence, Kansas is pretty dope. And I knew I had the resources at the time to like...
The big music scene there?
Huge.
Okay.
Call it the flyover. A lot of people don't stop there, but it is 9 times out of 10, your favorite artist has played in Lawrence, Kansas.
Very cool.
At a $15 rate, because it was right when they were emerging, or they do get big people right back in there. It's just one of those spots that's next to KC that it's a music town. It's all music. Like, I love Lawrence. It's so cool. And I started getting like write up, like all the things were just like happening at a small but big scale, right? Lawrence was really starting to uplift me. My face were on banners in the street, and I'm like, oh snaps, I think it's time for me to quit, you know? And put in my 2 weeks and just took a leap of faith. And it's like, worst case, I'll just go back and get a job.
Yeah.
And go do what I need to do, right? Like, take care of myself. And I just haven't been back since like 2022, full time. 2021, 22. Yeah.
Okay. So was there any point during that journey that you're like, I need to get a job? Or was it like steady and up? I mean, up and down and all around.
This economy, if the economy stays steady, then I would have been steady. No.
Yeah.
There's times that I picked up like UPS winter hours, like working in the UPS trucks, like they do like seasonal, peak seasonal things. I would pick up that, and I'm like, I'm not performing during the winter months.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. You have the hustle, like you have the grit.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it takes also, not just an artistic mind, but also the grit. Yeah,
I don't turn my shirt collar down, right? I went to school, got a degree in communications, strategic communications specifically, and like graphic design, marketing. And so like I do websites and I do like social media.
Yeah.
And so I was working with a nonprofit in New Britain Roots. They still contract me out to do certain projects. And
do you know Kayla Millian?
I do. Yeah.
Kayla's my girl.
Kayla and her sister Christiana.
Yes.
Yeah, Christiana. That's.
I was supposed to go to her house tomorrow, Christiana.
Are we all gonna be there? Maybe together, but no, maybe not. I don't know.
I had to cancel on her.
We lived right around the corner from Christiana.
Wait, that's crazy.
In New Britain. Yeah. My partner, her are literally raising the little ones together. That's what we say. We're what is it? A quad. We call ourselves a quad. Yeah, Christiana's like my sister. And then I met Kayla, obviously, through Christiana. Love them to death.
Yeah.
And beautiful humans, people, amazing. You have to go check out their house.
I'm literally dying to. I have been trying to get over to like the garden.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
For so long. And I had a plan for tomorrow. But now that I'm going through a separation, I have certain days that I have the kids and certain days that I don't. And tomorrow is a day that I don't. And I have just so much work
to do.
To catch up on that. I'm like, I want to go to your house. I want to see this garden. I want to be there. But I need to just get stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
can see it. Yeah.
So then you started performing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And how often would you say that you're doing live shows? Like now?
Now.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I was doing like 100, 200 shows a year. I was like in it. I was
Wow.
like, yeah, it was crazy.
That sounds
I used
amazing and
to-
also exhausting.
So exhausting, but I was on it. I was
Yeah.
just like so excited. It's fulfilling. I love
Yes.
doing shows, right? I love outside of recording music, performing music is my favorite.
Yeah.
The least favorite is probably sitting there writing it because I got to sit down and like do it, and I'm just like, ugh.
You're like feeding
wanna
off of
go
the
live.
energy of the people. Like I'm sure like the better the crowd, the better the performance.
I'm the person you see in a club. If my phone is out or at an event, I'm probably writing music in that moment because now I'm out, I'm experiencing things, and now all the stuff's coming to my head.
Oh, that's cool.
But inside the middle of the club, absolutely. That would be me, right? We're like, in an event, I'm like, 2 bars just came to my head. I have to get this down,
I love
right?
that. When inspiration hits.
I'm in therapy like, hold on one second. Like, right? And they're like, go ahead,
Yeah.
right? Write it down. And I'm like, yo, I have to get this out. This is a moment. But when I want to just go sit and have a write-in session, I'm doing everything but that. And so I literally live my experiences and then I'm writing in the moments. And sometimes, like you said, it's about the people right in front of me. Like, Shook is about loving basketball, literally. My favorite movie on this planet. And I just interjected it with some things about me and some things about loving basketball because there's a word play. The basketball player's name Q. I'm Q. Last name was Wright. My last name is Wright. Like there was so much wordplay there, and so I was like, "Oh, this is a perfect song." But if
and
you
it's a movie, like a lot of people know.
So if you thinking about the movie and you watch it, you're like, "Oh,
yeah."
And then you think about my life, you're like, "Oh,
yeah."
So it's one of my favorite songs to like write with creatively. But I'm sitting there watching Love and Basketball, and I'm like, yeah. So stuff like I get inspired a lot by outside too.
So back to performances. So where are you performing now? Where can people see you?
Right now I'm performing at select shows, if a book. So I just did Middletown Pride here in Connecticut. I'm going to Chicago next at the end of the month. I'll be at the book club Shy. So if you're in Chicago, come check me out. Amazing show, $15 at the door. The lineup is crazy, and I'm bringing friends, so you should really come.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Don't miss out. And so that's in Chicago. I'm so excited to perform on Pride in my home city.
Yeah,
that was a dream.
Yeah,
full circle moment. And then outside of that, I'll be in New York in July. That's as far out as I can remember in this second.
Okay, so who does your bookings? Are you under management?
So right now, honestly, it's myself, my partner, lovely partner.
And that's Dr. Boo?
It's Dr. Boo. Yes.
She's the best.
Been helping me kind of manage that. I'm in between kind of management at this moment. Just started working with someone new, but they haven't taken over bookings.
Okay.
Like my emails, such. I'm so literal. So like they haven't like that, but giving me opportunities and helping,
Very cool. So do you find that you like performing in mostly like gay, trans, LGBT environments, or you're like, I want to be everywhere?
Stage. Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to stage.
Yeah, I'm like, I just so happen to be a Black trans rapper.
Okay.
But I'm a rapper, right?
Right.
And so I do any kind of, So Far Sounds too. It's an experience that I'm a part of. I'm a So Far artist, and those are curated shows across the world. They have them all over. And those aren't particular, right? They do pop-up shows, and so it's really cool. I will do a lot of Pride events, but I also like get booked at colleges and universities, and so that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I also, will just do a show and had no ties to it. Just
have you ever walked in like a fashion week?
Absolutely. Did a fashion show in LA actually.
Oh wow,
and that was amazing. I was so nervous, but it was so fun.
I'm sure you crushed it.
I did. I didn't have no shirt on either, so it was,
oh wow,
it was
that's
cool. Yeah,
that's amazing.
My vibe.
Yeah, you were like, I'm here. I look good. I'm walking the catwalk. Do they still call it a catwalk? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just age myself. The runway.
The runway. Yeah. Rip the runway.
What do you look for in a crowd when you're performing? Like, do you want people who like know your music and singing along?
Oh,
do you want to like show yourself to new people and be like, You want to be part of the Cutie Club. What's like your what's like your dream audience?
My dream audience is going back home, performing in Soldier Field, and all the seats are filled, and the field is full with all seats, and people are rapping my music. It's rapping my music back to me, and it's just loud.
Wow.
And I can't even get it through the mic because they're all just singing it.
So you like when people know your music and they're like,
yeah.
That must be like a crazy experience. I can't imagine.
That's why I try to make catchy hooks and stuff just to see if people can learn it on the spot. And when they participate at my shows, it's fulfilling.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I can't wait to see one of your shows. Maybe I'll try to make the July. I'm going to Florida, womp womp, but I'm going to visit family for a few weeks in July. But if I'm here when you're performing in New York, I'd love to go.
Yeah, I would definitely let you know. I'm trying to do something at Hartford locally.
I want to like immerse myself more in the music scene here.
Same.
I met a guy, Dockish. Yeah. So
ooh, I need to go do research.
The guy, they run like a school for children to learn music, and it's a nonprofit, and it's in Hartford, and it's very like, it's literally only funded by this producer, rapper. I'm not really sure too much about his life. And it's called In Your Head.
In Your Head.
Yeah. You should get involved with them. And they're in Hartford.
In Hartford, In Your Head.
Yeah. So I met the guy at a West Hartford Chamber of Commerce meeting, which if you're not in the in the chamber, I never thought I'd be the person promoting like a Chamber of Commerce, but listen.
I went to one chamber event and I was like, okay, I get it. I understand like the people in there. Yeah.
The people, I mean, especially the West Hartford, I can only speak on the West Hartford one.
Okay.
But the people are so cool, so nice, like all ethnicities, all sexual orientations. The events are fun. Like, it's not stuffy.
It's not stuffy.
At all.
I thought
I was shocked.
Stuffy.
Me too.
Then when I went to mine, I went to the one in New Britain, and I thought it was going to be super stuffy, super like, it was
buttoned
so
up.
chill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
No, we've had events at like wine bar areas.
Like breweries.
Yeah, we've been at like art museums. We're going to have like an awards show. My girlfriend Allie is getting an award. Like, it's fun. And it's crazy networking. So many connections. Like, people just want to like amp you up and connect you to people. And like, I mean, even I'm doing. I met a guy from the chamber, and I'm like, you need to meet him.
I'm definitely gonna go check in on that.
Yeah, I'll send you the information because I'm like blanking on the names. In fact, Bill probably knows.
No.
So who are some dream collabs that you'd like to get like on a track?
Ooh, so many come to mind. Chance the Rapper, like Hometown Homage.
Can I tell you something funny?
What?
When I saw you at Sola the other day, I go to Kayla. I was like, he looks like Chance the Rapper.
It's the hat. I'm telling you.
No, it's the face.
It's the face?
It's the face. It's the face. It is the face.
Really?
Because I thought it was the hat too. And I was like, no, it's not. And then Kayla was just like, I don't see that.
Me either. But, you know, the Bennett brothers, totally cool. Taylor Bennett, his brother as well. Nice collab. Kalani, for sure.
Okay.
I want her to sing on one of my hooks. I already wrote it. I just need her to sing on it.
Oh.
Let's see. Ooh, is Missy Elliott, producer collab. I need that tag.
Okay. My goal is to get some of these clips, this podcast, seen by Missy Elliott and her people.
Missy Elliott and your people. Let's do this. I'm telling you. Wow, the list is, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, if you ask me this any other day, it would keep going. But those, I'm gonna stick with those three right now.
Those are good.
Yeah,
have you ever been asked to collab on something that you were like, holy shit, this is like a dream? Like, have you been on any tracks for artists you kind of admire?
Yes, I have been on tracks that I admire. I'm like, yes, not in the same realm of music. So I've collabed on like pop songs, like indie rock songs.
Really?
Like,
Do you play any instruments?
No.
Your voice is your instrument.
It is. I pride myself in playing the drums, but I'm not like professional with it. Just like
you just have rhythm.
Little times in church. Yeah, you know, just when I was going to church alone back then. Yeah. But yeah, no. But the voice is the music, and yeah, I'm like,
Have
I
you
don't know.
ever had like a negative or like a an unpleasant experience when somebody maybe like likes your music and then finds out that you're trans and has like an adverse reaction to it? Or has it only been like positive?
A lot of the people who meet me and then realize I'm trans sit with either their biases on what they thought about trans people, because they're like, why the fuck do I like him so much?
Oh, wow.
And you are like, not what I thought. And I'm like, well, what did you think?
Yeah.
You know, like, what the hell does that mean? So then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, he's serious, you know? Because I'm like, I advocate for all. You know, I know, like, we're not going to do that here.
Yeah.
So,
but that's interesting because,
mhm.
again, back to they're fed a perception and they don't bother to learn usually. And so when somebody who's just a normal guy rapping, has a partner, living his life, doing good for others, working with fundraising, they're like, oh, wait, but that's not what the government told me. That's not what my algorithm told me.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's nuts.
And then there a wake up call, and it's like, woohoo! You know,
Yeah.
welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
Wish you would have stayed here a long time ago.
Yeah. But I think the more that we have conversations about it, and the more that it's just part of everyday life, like we shouldn't be taking away books about it. We should be adding more books about it. We shouldn't be like, you know, Florida has the whole "don't say gay." Like we shouldn't be having, like, there should just be, it's, you know, kind of a weird example, but like if you are going to tell kids not to drink, they're going to be even more curious about drinking. So in the mindset of like a conservative who's so terrified of their child being gay, because that would be like the worst thing in the world for whatever fucking reason.
Right.
You not talking to them about it is going to make them even more curious about it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So little you made your kids gay.
I'm like, little do you know what your kids are still going to do.
Yeah, kids are going to do what kids are going to do. But yeah.
And I'm just like, because those kids turn into adults and now they're making their own decisions because now they have agency and doing what the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
And probably don't like you in the process now because you don't like me, right? And a lot of them gain that courage, that confidence to get to that point. And then sometimes you say, parents, oh, my child hates me. And it's like, what did you do for them not? You know?
If I ever hear a parent that's like, my kids are my kids are no contact with me, immediate red flag. I'm like, oh, you did something horrible.
You did something horrible. Yeah.
I my mind never goes to like, that's a bad kid.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's like, no matter how old they get, you are always going to be the parent. You are always the parent, right? No matter what. And it's so many people healing from their parents right now, paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to have to heal from things, you know.
I think that as millennials, we are uniquely in a position to where we grew up, where I think we're like the first generation to have like therapy be like mainstream and mental health be talked about. And we grew up where topics like trans rights and queer rights and, you know, it was just talked about a lot more, to where we have a lot more acceptance and tolerance, and then hopefully are passing that down to our children to where they'll just continue to have more tolerance. That would be obviously the goal.
The goal. I mean,
but there's going to be hatred anywhere.
It's unfortunately gonna always exist, I think, because it's always going to be seen as a minority, right? It's like how some people still hate Black people, how some people still hate Latino people, right? Like, you're like,
if it's different, if you don't understand it, if you're not educated about it, it's automatically dangerous or scary, or
in that order. Literally all of those things come into play, right? And it's just like, you
wear many, many hats.
Yes,
actually.
Literally. Literally.
Artist, mentor, advocate, fundraiser. I mean, the list goes on. How do you not get burnout?
I do.
Yeah. What do you do to kind of...
I travel.
Get back into a good place.
I love to go to the water. I love to visit the water.
Like the ocean, a lake?
The ocean, the lake. The waterfall is now my new favorite.
Where's that?
We go to the ones in Puerto Rico, but there's some in Connecticut that I've been to that are pretty sweet. But my favorite one that keeps coming to mind is when we go back to visit my partner Boo's family in Puerto Rico, and we always go to this waterfall that's just like refreshing. Oh, it's so refreshing. The sound of water is just, so we go down to the shore and I'll just sit there and like just relax. And I think being like my big three, I'm all fire, Sag, Leo. So I'm always high. I'm always
yeah.
And so water is like the total opposite. So it cools me down.
Okay.
It's like yeah.
So what kind of advice would you give to maybe a young artist who's wants to go 10 toes in, but might be kind of getting a little bit of burnout?
Release your toes.
Yeah.
Find
your water.
Find your water. It's not a race.
Yeah.
It's not a race. If you want to be an artist, you are an artist. You may be wanting to make millions of dollars off artistry, which is totally different, right? And so I tell people that too. Find your purpose. Find your it. If it's it, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna want to continue to do it. And it's gonna shift and it's gonna change because life shifts and changes. And go with the flow. Water. Yeah.
Love that. I gotta ask the question. It's probably gonna be the hardest question you're gonna have to answer today.
Come on, give it to me.
All right, ready?
Yep.
From Chicago.
Uh-oh. Do it.
Is it deep dish or is it a Beats?
Woo! I do not like deep dish.
Okay. Yeah, Connecticut pizza. You can't.
But I don't like Connecticut pizza.
You don't like a Beats? Yikes. So what's your flavor? You New York style? Do you like pizza?
I like Chicago tavern style pizza.
Okay, what's that like?
So deep dish is very touristy.
Okay.
There's no one from Chicago, born and raised, that's going to eat deep dish.
Okay.
Right?
I don't like deep dish. But
Yeah, I don't know why they sell it to y'all like that.
Well,
but it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's an experience, whatever, Chicago. Tavern style, and it's cut in squares. So it's thick crust, not thin. Connecticut's thin. I don't like thin crust pizza.
Okay.
We do use a lot of sauce in Chicago. It's a saucy pizza still. It's not deep dish sauce, like soup.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how do people explain it? Soup.
Yeah.
It's not that at all. But in Connecticut, they just smear it. Like, it's just like, it's sauce. Like, when you bite it, it's going to fall off a little bit.
Okay.
But you don't need a spoon or anything. It's like a pizza. Yeah. Pizza. And it's sweet. Chicago's pizza has sweet. It's like a...
I got a place that I want you to try some pizza at in Connecticut.
Okay, I'm open to trying.
It's not a Beats. It's not Connecticut style.
Okay.
So, yeah, it might actually be Chicago tavern style, to be honest. So have you ever been to Joya in New Haven?
No, but someone else just recommended that when I said this kind of pizza. They were like, oh,
really?
You need to go.
Oh.
I'm like, this sounds so familiar. Yeah.
Well, honestly, everything at Joya is good. Like, amazing pastas, amazing supper clubs, but also their pizza.
I'm gonna go try
especially if you like the thicker crust and like sauce and when like kind of a little sweet too. Yeah. You'll love it. Yes. And it's honest, they have a really cute rooftop bar, like a really cute date night spot.
Yeah. It's like, but I get it. And Connecticut's wood. I don't like the burnt crust. So it's just
Is it burnt though? Or is it charred?
Okay. It's definitely charred. That is true. It is not burnt. I'll take that back. Words do matter. 100% charred.
Yeah,
and I don't want mine.
I am a fan of a Beats. I have to say. But I also like Joya Pizza. I also like Neapolitan style.
Okay.
Over at Zanelli's. Like I don't like deep dish either.
You should have saw my reaction when I entered Connecticut and I saw Pizza Capital. And I'm like, what? Yeah, it was a whole adverse reaction.
Is that also in a music video?
No, but I need to put that in there. Like
wait, when are you filming some Connecticut music videos?
Very, very soon. Very, very soon.
Oh, if you need any extras.
Very, very. I'm going to make sure I can reach out. Very, very soon. Okay. Yes.
I can roll some dice.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yes. Yeah, we're outside this summer.
Yeah, let's do it. Hartford's got so many cool spots. And have you the library, the Hartford Downtown Library opening? They have like recording studios, podcast rooms.
I'm in their archive. Yeah, they reached out.
Oh yeah,
when they were opening up. Yeah, and they were like, we want to put your music in the archive.
Hell
Would
yeah.
you be down for that? And I did a show
so
at the
cool.
library, so that was cool. Like, tell you, I do like one-off shows too that are different. And I did a performance there for the opening of the.
Oh, I was filming what time? Like, do you remember what day? I was filming that whole week. I got hired to film. I was gonna say
it was like. I don't remember.
Yeah, you were there. I mean, I didn't see it, so it was one of the times that I wasn't there, but I tried to be there quite a bit.
It was like, that launch, that thing.
No, it was awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
I always ask my guests to shout out to a nonprofit of their choice and how people can get involved if they want to. So do you have one that you would like to give a shout out to?
Myself. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not a nonprofit in actuality, but let's see. Oh, this is a good question. And I was thinking about this, and I should have really came up with. I'm going to go with Point of Pride. Point of Pride. They're a national org. So they help LGBTQ folks get gender affirming care, no matter what that looks like, and access to that. And they provide scholarships and services. And you can find them online at Point of Pride on Instagram. Reach out, send them a DM, and let them know what you need.
So it's kind of like what you're doing, but on a national level. On a
national level. I actually partnered with Point of Pride last year for Pride, and it was one of my favorite partnerships. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Work that matters.
Work that matters. Exactly.
This was so lovely. Thank you so much for coming on and for what you do for the community. I think that your voice is going to change lives for a lot of people who maybe didn't have parents or the support like you had growing up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks.
Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air. Mama ain't raised no punk. Yeah, I was 16, no face proud, turned up, scars on my chest, loud living it up. Every time I walk in the room, I got them shook. Proud boys, nothing debatable. Existence is real, our stories are relatable. Times I change, goals are attainable. Our joy is magic, watch what we came to do. You already know what time it is. We are gonna get loud as this. They're obsessed with us, they can't resist. I'm proud, I'm free, I'm red. Put your hands in the air. Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air. Check this, we up in your bathrooms. Bank drive-thrus, making the cash moves. A lover, a friend up in the classrooms. Hell, gonna be your dad soon. My, how times have changed. Manifest greatness, grow through the pain. Laws on our body, can't have it that way. Cut all the fears, remember the name. You already know what time it is. We are gonna get loud as this. They're obsessed with us, they can't resist. I'm proud, I'm free, I'm red. Put your hands in the air. Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air. Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air. Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air. Black, brown, and queer. Proud boys, put your hands in the air.
This podcast is kept caffeinated by Sola Karaoke, The Happy Confection, Pink Tractor Crew, and Keating Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to Connecticut Unfiltered. If you liked the conversation, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and share, and keep the conversation going about how we can make Connecticut more than just the drive-through state.